Hello everyone, back to today's first video, doing 5-day forecast for today's first video. So as was on a Wednesday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for the next 5 days. It's going to be quite an unsettled 5 days coming up. Very unsettled actually, with low pressure never far away, bringing heavy rain, and on Friday some stormy weather as well. Winds could be up to 70 or 80 miles an hour across the northwestern part of the country on Friday. Later on in the period, high pressure starts to build back in and it'll begin to turn colder. And of course, we'll pick that storyline up in today's second video coming up this afternoon after the 5-day forecast. So whether the websites using for the 5-day forecast are coming from theweatherout.com and weathercentral.de, and you can find a link to both those websites on the links page. So we'll start off with the radar picture. It's been a very wet morning across many northern parts of the country. So you'll notice much of Scotland actually is dry, but down across the south of Scotland we've had heavy rain with hill snow mixed in, and that heavy rain extends down through northern England, down into the northwest Midlands and also through Wales, and particularly wet down across the southwest of England. It's a really torrential rain down there. That leaves much of the Midlands, central, southern and southeastern parts of the country mainly dry, although there has been light rain, drizzle and murky conditions in the south and the southeast. It's brighter, but with showers across the northern island. Now, if I just add on the temperatures, you'll see, but it's still very cold across northeastern parts of Scotland. Temperatures went down to -7 in some areas last night. So on the northern side of this wet weather, we are sort of seeing quite a bit of cold air hanging on, digging in to far north of Scotland, and that is turning some of this rain to snow. As I say, we've got snow across southern parts of Scotland, particularly over high ground, but it looks like there is some at lower levels as well. Sleet, wet snow across parts of northern England too, again particularly focused on high ground. Over the Pennines there could be significant falls of snow through the course of this afternoon and across parts of the southern uplands as well. Down in the south-southeast, though, it is very mild, much milder air mass has pushed back into the southeast. Here's today's pressure chart. So we've got low pressure moving across the country, bringing all of this wet weather. Cold air did dig into the far north. It was going to be pushed away for a while, but watch out for that starting to come back by the end of the 5-day forecast period. So, for the rest of this afternoon, we're going to see outbreaks of heavy rain continue to push eastwards across many parts of the country. Brighter skies will follow that wet weather into the west, and as we've already established, there will be sleet and snow, with significant snow possible on high ground across hills and mountains. A big range in temperatures today, barely above freezing across the far north of Scotland, to possibly up to 14 degrees. Down in the southwest country, 14 degrees is a very mild 57 Fahrenheit. Overnight tonight, we're going to get rid of that wet weather in the east quite quickly. We'll move away into the North Sea. And then many places are going to have a dry evening, but through the course of the night, we'll see the wind begin to freshen up, particularly in the northwest. That'll bring more cloud and outbreaks of rain. Again, possibly preceded by hill snow into parts of western Scotland, and also outbreaks of rain moving into Northern Ireland as well. Generally, lots of cloud beginning to move across the country through tonight, with those freshening southwesterly winds. So temperatures are going to be holding up. No problems with temperatures tonight, ranging from around 4 to 9 degrees Celsius. It'll be a very mild night in the south. Thursday looks like that, so we'll have a weather system in the north across Scotland through the course of Thursday morning, taking outbreaks of rain through there. Otherwise, we're just in this southwesterly wind, which is going to be feeding in lots of cloud. We may start off some brighter sunny spells, but I think through the day it'll gradually get more and more cloudy. So most of us will end Thursday on quite a cloudy note, with light rain and drizzle almost anywhere, maybe some heavy rain beginning to head in towards parts of Wales and southwest England by the end of Thursday afternoon. Temperatures will be very mild though, so despite this cloudy, damp weather, at least it will be mild, with temperatures ranging from again around 10 to 14 degrees in the south. A little bit cooler up in the north, but again still generally quite mild even in the north for the early part of December. Now we go through into Friday, and I'll just show you the weather chart for Friday morning. So let's get that up, and you'll see that it's looking quite stormy. We've got this developing area of low pressure out to the northwest of Scotland, which will be sweeping in from off the Atlantic. There's some very tightly packed isobars with that weather system telling us that there's likely to be gales or severe gale force winds up in the north. We'll start Friday wet and windy. Outbreaks of rain will be sweeping across the country, driven in by those strong winds. The rain could be on for much of the morning across central and eastern Britain. It'll gradually clear to sunshine and showers from the west. I think it's as the rain clears that we get the strongest of the winds across particularly southern Scotland through Northern Ireland into northern England. That's where we could get those gusts through the late morning and afternoon on Friday, going up to 70, 80 miles an hour. Even across the rest of England and Wales, we could be seeing gusts of 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. So it'll be a windy day for all of us. But the disruptive winds, I think, will be for northern England and then Northern Ireland, and also pushing across other parts of Scotland through the course of Friday afternoon. There'll probably be a hook of rain around this area of low pressure. It'll carry on through Scotland and northern England. It may turn to snow over high ground as the wind begins to dig back in from the northwest and pulls colder air down from the north. So it'll actually start off quite mild on Friday. It'll be a mild start with temperatures ranging from around 7 to 12 degrees. But I think those temperatures will tend to fall away, if anything, through the course of the day, probably finishing up at around 4 to 9, something like that. So it will be feeling colder as the day goes on, particularly up in the north. Very unpleasant day, really, for Scotland and northern England with these severe gale force winds and heavy rain, possibly some hail snow too. This could well cause disruptive weather in the north on Friday. Then we're into Saturday, and that low pressure moves off in towards Norway, but we've got another system coming in from off the Atlantic. We'll start Saturday generally between areas of low pressure, so it won't be too bad for the morning. There'll be a fair amount of dry weather with sunny spells, still showers in places, but a reasonably dry start to Saturday with sunny spells. Winds will be lighter compared to Friday, but they'll still be pretty strong. However, through the course of Saturday, we'll find this next low moving in from off the Atlantic, so that will bring cloud and outbreaks of rain across many parts of the country through the course of Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. That rain accompanied by quite strong winds. Temperatures will be very mild again, though, across England and Wales. One final very mild day, temperatures up to around 13 degrees in the south once again. Colder for Scotland, though. As this rain moves in, we could find more hail snow developing across parts of Scotland through the course of Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Moving to sunny, and that low pressure moves away to our east. It turns the winds into the north then, with high pressure beginning to ridge out to the west of the country. So we'll find the cloud and outbreaks of rain moving across the country Saturday evening and overnight Saturday night. Could still be a little bit of rain left on the eastern side on Sunday morning first thing, but I think it'll push away very quickly. And then we're into a brighter day with sunny spells, but there will be showers. The showers will push down into Scotland and they'll be draped around the coast, and through the course of the day the showers will probably turn increasingly wintry across Scotland, initially to just a high ground, but by the end of Sunday probably we'll see wintry showers even at low levels across central and northern parts of Scotland. So temperatures will be turning colder as the winds turn into the north. In the south, it could still be reasonably mild. It takes a little while to get this cold air down into the south, so we might still see temperatures up to 10 degrees on the south coast, 50 Fahrenheit. But further north, it'll be turning increasingly cold with temperatures for Scotland, northeastern parts of England, only around 4 or 5 degrees. And then we end the 5-day forecast period on Monday with this ridge of high pressure across the country. It'll start to edge towards Scandinavia. More about that in today's second video update. But for Monday itself, probably a mostly dry day. There could be wintry showers for northern eastern parts of Scotland, a few wintry showers coming down the east coast, but I think most places will be dry with sunny spells. Probably a widespread frost to start, and another widespread frost on Monday evening and overnight, Monday to Tuesday. Maybe some freezing fog patches as well. If freezing fog patches do form, then they could linger all day. So it could be a very cold day on Monday where any fog lingers, temperatures barely above freezing. Otherwise, 4s, 5s, 6s, so it'll be a colder day. But of course, we've got light tweens, so there will be some sunshine outside of those freezing fog patches, so it won't feel too bad. And then finally, just having a look at charts from Weather Outlook. So I've got loads of wet weather across the country today, outbreaks of rain with snow on high ground pushing eastwards across the country. Very mild in the south, but a lot colder up in the north. That's how Thursday's looking at a lot of cloud, few brighter sunny spells, and we'll see more rain beginning to come into the southwest of the country by the end of the day as the rain we begin with across Scotland clears away. Then we're into this very stormy spell of weather on Friday, so a lot of heavy rain through the course of Friday, clearing away to showers, gales or severe gales likely in the north and the west, and as colder air digs in, we could find some of the showers turning to snow over high ground in the north. More wet weather spreads across the country on Saturday, but temperatures will lift up again in the south, still quite cold in the north. And then we go through to Sunday, and to Monday it turns drier, but it also turns colder. There'll be plenty of sunny spells, but watch out for night frost and maybe freezing fog patches by the start of next week. And then, of course, after that, we're looking to take the high pressure to Scandinavia, turn the wind into the east, and we'll have more about that in today's second video update. So in summary, we're going to find that it's very unsettled 5 days to come. There'll be showers or longer spells of rain. We've got a stormy day on Friday with severe gales up in the north, and then later in the period it turns drier but also turns colder, and temperatures will take a little bit of a plummet into the start of next week. And more on that in today's second video update. Right, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.